Okay, first drive of the Sketer. We are on 3S, and I know that this doesn't come with the optional pinion to do the 80 k's an hour or whatever. That's full pace right there. So I was almost tempted to put a bigger pinion in it from the get-go, but I figured that would probably be unfair for all my viewers not to see what the truck actually performs like with the stock gearing just as it comes out of the box. I think it's important that we show that. So I haven't touched anything on this truck. No suspension tune, no gearing, no nothing. I've only put my connectors in it, which is the XT150s. I'm running an 8000 milliamp Ovonic 3S, and yeah, just putting around. You can see here, full throttle. Not the quickest. Definitely not going to do any wheelies or anything like that on 3S. Brakes are a little strong, and I have been told that from Razor RC that the brakes are a little strong, and I have noticed that on the other Tinkerelli cars as well. They seem to bring the brakes out just a bit too strong. So I'll leave them as they are now, but I'm probably going to change them when I go to 4S, if I remember, because that's going to lead to overcorrections and things like that, and it's going to end up getting messy. So that's full pace. So I'll show you here, full throttle. Now I'm on full throttle, and that's all she's going to do. So not the quickest on 3S. Now that being said, doesn't mean you can't have fun on 3S, but yeah, maybe with a slightly bigger pinion you'll get a bit more speed out of it for sure. Alright, so that's pegged. First jump. Oh, a little nose heavy. Yeah, it's got a bit of a nose down attitude. Could just be me, but that was better. That was much better. It's got a little bit of a bounce. On 3S, the tyres are not the worst. They're okay. Whoop. Coming in hot. The tyres... jury's out on the tyres. I'll wait until we go 4S. I think on 3S they are holding on, but I have a feeling on 4S I'm going to struggle. And I'm starting to regret not bringing a second set of tyres with 17mm hexes to see how it performs with them, but I've only got one battery pack on 4S anyway, so we'll have to come back. I'll do some changes. I'll come back with the taller gearing, with some different tyres. We'll experiment, play around with it a little bit and see how it goes. Oh, see, it has a nose down attitude. Gotta keep that throttle pinned. Yeah, my first impressions are not wrong. It has a nose down attitude. Now, as I said, I'm running a 3S 8000 milliamp, which technically shouldn't be any heavier than a 4000 for a 4S 5000 milliamp, for example. Yeah, keep that throttle pinned. Make sure you keep that nose up, and you won't have too many nose darts. At least on 3S. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Don't relax the throttle too early when you leave the jump. Stay on that throttle a little bit, because if you go easy, if you're hoping that it's just going to launch and coast, it's going to come down. It's a lot easier to bring that nose down than it is to try and keep it up if it's got to kick up off the jump. So yeah, see, it did it again. So I relaxed my throttle just a tiny bit too early, and straight away it wants to kiss the ground. So there we go. Look, handling pretty well. Tyres I think could be a little grippier, but for the type of power that I've got in there now at the moment, what I'm running it seems to be okay. They're holding on. Yeah, 3S, not the worst. definitely under geared. I can feel that the motor's revving way early, like it's peaking really early. All right, let's go on the bigger jump. Sun's out in full force now. Just the wind is annoying. That's the only downside. Yeah, she lands with purpose. Lands with intent. It's a slightly heavier car than the Team Magic car that I was running earlier. Yeah, there is that nose dart again. You just got to stay on the throttle. And I'm saying this not just for you, but for myself. I've got to convince myself as well. As much as I want to be able to coast when I jump, I just can't. You just have to stay on that throttle a little bit. But I think on 4S it might have a slightly different attitude because you'll have more wheel speed, so you probably have more control, and you may not need to stay on the throttle as much, you know what I mean? So it's just on 3S, as you can see here. This is bone stock. Again, just reminding you, no mods have been done to this car other than the connector change. I haven't touched ESC settings, I haven't touched any of the oils, I haven't done a single thing. I haven't even adjusted shock collars. All I've done is taken it out of the box, plugged my battery in, and come out here to run it. I'm even running the stock radio as well, so that's working fine. I don't mind this radio actually. Speaking of the radio, I'll give you some feedback on that. The wheel and everything kind of feels pretty good. The only thing I don't like about it is these holes on the handle. Like, you get used to it, it's not bad, and like I said, you can always put some grip on there, like you know, what you wrap your tennis rackets with or whatever. Oh, it's got a little bit of needs a bit of a steering trim alignment. Seems to be pulling to the left a smidge, I just noticed. Yeah, that's a bit better. But yeah, you can always fix that up with a strap or something like that, just putting a grip on it. But yeah, definitely feels a bit under geared. Seems to be handling okay. The tyres are fine with this sort of power. I am kind of dreading the 4S run because I have a feeling they're going to be slipping and sliding a bit. You can see I'm kind of trying to correct the car constantly, so as I'm pegging the throttle, it just seems to be getting out of shape just a little bit. The tyres just aren't holding that line as well as I would like. That's peg. Come on. Yeah. Alright, so if I wasn't doing a review and I just got this and I wanted to have some fun with it and all I had was 3S batteries, you'd need to get opinion. So I think this comes with a 13 tooth from memory. So you need to put a 15 tooth in there at least. And that'll give you a little bit more pep, I think. It'll give you a bit more excitement. It's not bad. It's not the worst thing I've, you know, it's not terrible. I'm not saying that. It's just, it does feel like it's just, the motor is just peaking a bit early for my liking. It's got heaps of acceleration, so unless, like, if you've got a small quarters, if you've got small area to run, you don't have a lot of run-ups, you don't really need the big legs, you probably want more acceleration anyway, the stock gearing might actually suit you just fine. But I'll tell you what, like, I'm trying to get it sideways a little bit and the tyres are holding, so maybe, oh, nah, I gotta go get it. I was gonna say maybe the tyres might just be fine on 4S. Maybe I'm just worried for nothing, but we'll soon see. I'll run it a little bit more here on 3S when I flip it over, and we'll call it a day, and then we'll go and put a 4S in it and get that video done. See, it's not like I'm losing control of it. I'm in full control of the vehicle. Go up, dust. Actually drifts really nice around here. So I reckon the tyres the tyres might be okay actually. Because I'm not having to fight the car to do what I'm doing here. The car's actually doing a lot of the work for me. It's hanging on quite well, so... Pushed it a tad too hard. Alright, so there we go. There is the Sketer on 3S. Nice little car. Not overly powerful on 3S, but that I think is just due to gearing. Tyres grip okay, even though I seem to be initially worried about it. I think they're working fine. It does have a bit of a nose down attitude when you jump, so stay on the throttle on 3S. You can see it just wants to dip that nose a little bit. Stay on the throttle a bit and I think you'll be fine. And aside from that, it's fine, you know. Gonna go put a 4S battery in it now and do the 4S running video, so stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, hey, make sure you smash that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the like button on your way out as well. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll be speaking to you all next time. The tyres slide enough that the car doesn't want to tip over, which is awesome. You can drift around with the stock tyres. That is so cool. Finally! I just hooked it at full speed. It just holds. So good. There we go, hook it again. There seems to be more grip coming from there.